Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon and welcome to Women of Essence episode 2 brought to you by BKNI Resources. Just a very short information to share to our audiences. BKNI Resources is the most comprehensive consulting firm in working with individual businesses, industry, universities, schools, governments, and organizations, conducting seminars, workshops, special programs, individual services, and private consulting, all relating to the physical, social, psychological, and aesthetic aspect of personal appearance and self-presentation in all ways. Bacon Eye Resources, since 10 years ago, has been providing training for every client. We research and customize the program or service to deliver extraordinary results that meet and exceed expectation of clients internationally. Women of Essence is a series of workshops in which women from all walks of life, as well as interesting personalities, were invited to conduct workshops for the underprivileged women. Today's episode, we are going to talk on celebrating womanhood with hypnosis with our invited guest speaker, Dr. Tara Vacharajani. A little bit about Dr. Tara. Before that, let me bring Dr. Tara into our live broadcast. Hi, Dr. Tara.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Good afternoon, Maya. And good afternoon, Malaysia. Good afternoon,
Good
India, and the rest of the world.
Thank you, Doctor. Very good afternoon to you too. Looking very charming today. A
Thank
little
you.
bit
Same to you.
to our. So let me introduce a little bit about Dr. Tara to our dear audiences. Dr. Tara is the founder and director of Dr. Tara's Mind and Body Healing Center, who has transformed more than 450 plus individuals till now, from executive to manager level, and leaders using his time proven process. Having an experience of 22 years, he is also one of the chief consultant hypnotherapists at Alpha Healing Center, India's first most luxurious drug and alcohol rehabilitation center with US affiliation. With a highly skilled with exceptional mind management techniques and tools to elicit personal transformation, he has successfully treated 400 cases of anxiety, fear, and phobias, addictions, and boosted self esteem of all ages and gender. He is also an expert past life regression therapist. Without any further ado, let's hear it from Dr. Tara on celebrating womanhood with hypnosis. Over to you, Doctor.
Thank you, Maya. Thank you very much. So, when this topic was given to me,
Yeah.
it's something which is it's very close to me.
Mhm.
And when I use this topic, celebrating womanhood,
Yes.
uh, you know, today it seems it's the International Women's Day. Am I right, Maya?
Yes, yes, it is.
Yeah, but somehow I don't agree with it. The reason is I believe that why should you need a day to celebrate something so beautiful? Why can't we celebrate it every day?
That is fairly
We have,
true.
yes, we have wonderful women in our lives in different forms around us. The mothers, the sisters, your wives, your daughters, your friends,
Mhm.
and is possibly, this is my personal belief, that God has made it a woman which is more spiritually stronger, emotionally stronger, and possibly, I believe, an intellectually stronger than a man.
True,
And
fairly true.
yes, and let's, if I put it very bluntly and straight, it is always the women who are bringing new life to this world.
Very true,
So
Doctor.
they experience a life within them.
Yes.
And that's one of the most noblest and a very spiritually powerful thing you can experience in your life. So, having said that, I chose this topic, celebrating womanhood, for the simple reason is yes, let's appreciate the women around us. understand their problems today. No doubt, things have changed with generations. What it was 30 years back, we see women in a different light today. They have become more independent, more self dependent,
Yeah.
and more outgoing than what it was previously. And I'm sure you will agree with that, Maya.
Very much, sir. We have been
Right?
quite more independent right now. We are alternating to new age era. It's a fair community right now.
Right, right. Very true, very true. So then, as we move ahead, let me first give you an idea of what's exactly today's women is undergoing, what is the sea change in people's mindset. But the main thing is, what's the change which is coming in a women today? So before we begin there, let's take you a brief journey of what I do. I have, as I said, I have my own Dr. Tarak's Mind and Body Healing Center, which is situated in Vadodara, that is a town in Gujarat. But having said that, I'm not restricted at a regional level. I do online hypnotherapy sessions nationally and internationally all over the world. And yes, I'm also a consultant hypnotherapist at the Alpha Healing Center, which is one of India's topmost de addiction rehab. And yes, I would prefer nobody has to visit there, but the way today the circumstances are changing, it's the need of the hour. So, having said that,
Yes.
let's move ahead. This is our motto of my work, and it is taken from the beautiful movie Patch Adams, and it was enacted by one of my favorite actors, Mr. Robin Williams. And this statement, you treat a disease, you win, you lose. But you treat a person, I guarantee you, no matter what the outcome, you will win. And this is something I've been following right since the day I started going into clinical practice. So, having said that, let's jump in to see how you can bring out the Wonder Woman in you and how hypnosis can help you do that. Now, when I use the word hypnosis, most of the people get the first image in their mind is the pendulum or the clock or the watch swinging in front of the eyes, or maybe a stage show or a movie. But today I'm going to literally reveal to you a total different aspect of hypnosis, which is therapeutic, which is life changing, which is transformational. So, having said that, let's move ahead. Let's see what happens. A child which is full of life is born, everybody cuddles the child, is very happy. But as the child grows, she aspires to be a person she wants to be. She wants to be a doctor, she wants to be a sports person, she wants to be a baker. And this is what aspirations she carries forward with life. And yes, in today's times, the parents are pushing the daughter to fulfill their aspirations, to have a life she wants. But what happens? She's also shouting her life ambitions with all her heart out. And that's when life hits. Life literally hits at that moment. Now, why does this thing change? What happens that time? Let's understand in brief the science behind it, or if I put it clearly, the psychology behind it. To understand the mind, let's first get one thing clear, that whoever is listening to this session and the people around you, you will all agree that everybody has a different mindset. Nobody has the same mind or the thought pattern. So, how do you study the mind? It is one of the most difficult thing to study. But just for understanding purpose, the psychologist came out with a mind model and they compared it with a iceberg. Now, if you all know what an iceberg is, it's a huge mountain of ice floating in water. And what you find in an iceberg, 10% is above on the surface, above the water, and 90% is below the water. Now, what they said is that 10% above the water is your conscious mind, and that 90% below the water is your subconscious mind or the unconscious mind. First, let's understand that 10% of conscious mind. So, let's understand the functions of the conscious mind. The first and foremost, your willpower. Your willpower originates from your conscious mind. The second, as the name suggests, conscious awareness. What do you mean by conscious awareness? For example, right now, you are watching this program live, either on Facebook or on YouTube. You don't have to think about it. You are aware of it. You're aware that you're hearing me, seeing Maya on this platform, and you are aware of it. Third function, temporary memory. Now, what does that mean? It simply means, for example, if I am traveling from India, say to meet Maya, to Malaysia, to Kuala Lumpur, I take a flight and I have someone sitting beside me. I land at Kuala Lumpur and I forget about that person. Doesn't it happen with all of us? We literally forget about that person.
Yes.
Right, Maya? It happens with us. That is temporary memory. The fourth function, your analytical thought process, what you analyze and what you rationalize, your numerical calculations, all this thing is happening with your conscious mind. So, having said that, what language that the conscious mind understands is pure logic. This is about your conscious mind. But let me tell you now what defines you, who you are at this moment, whatever age you are. It's defined by your subconscious mind. Now, why do I say that? Because research has proven today that right from 6.5 months in the mother's womb to roughly the age of 7, a child's subconscious mind is programmed. What it simply means that your parents, your elders, your relatives, your teachers, whatever the child is seeing, hearing, experiencing is directly downloaded into the subconscious. And it forms programs, frame of references, beliefs. And based on these beliefs, you function 95% of your life. And again, research has proven 80% of the programming is negative, is based on disempowering beliefs and also erroneous beliefs. I don't know, since most of our audience is aware or read the Mahabharata, there is a beautiful story of Abhimanyu, the son of Arjun, where, and let's clarify, Mahabharata was written at least 4 to 5,000 years back, where the Arjun is actually explaining a war tactic to his wife, who is pregnant with his son Abhimanyu. So by the time he is halfway through the war tactic, the wife goes to sleep. So Abhimanyu, when he is born, he's already learned the war tactic, but halfway. And actually, that's why he fails to actually learn the other thing, because he never felt the need to learn the other war tactic, the completion of the war tactic. So this story, which was written so many years back, so we all knew about the subconscious programming way back then. Research is now proving it. Science is actually proving it. So as I said, your 90% of your programming is already done. In fact, the new research has shown that by the time you are age roughly 35, 90% of your thoughts are the same every day. Same programs. the same thoughts, right? So now a little bit of hypnosis humor, if because this is a vast subject, little bit to add smile on your face. Right, now we understand the functions of the subconscious mind. First and foremost, your habits. Whatever your habits are, right from the time you wake up in the morning. Now just recollect yourself. You wake up in the morning, you are probably half asleep, you go into the washroom, take the brush, put in the toothpaste, and I'm sure no one has experienced the brush going in your nose. It invariably goes into your mouth, right? So you are, it's even if you are half asleep, your subconscious is running you. You know, answering a phone. A lady is cooking something, and the phone rings. She is doing both the things at the same time. Subconscious programming. You're driving a car. How many times it has happened? You are in your thoughts. You know what was happening with my child in school, what my husband is doing in his office or something, whether he has eaten or not, and you realize, oh, I've reached home. That happens with all of us. That's why, because the subconscious is running you. So that's how the habits are there. The second most important function at a therapeutic way is your emotions. All your emotions are subconscious based. Greed, envy, lust, anger, all these things. And it requires a stimuli to activate it. Right? We move on, and this function is connected to the third function, permanent memory. Now, what does permanent memory mean? It simply means right from 6.5 months in your mother's womb to this very moment, whatever has happened in your life is permanently stored in your deep subconscious or unconscious mind and is connected to your senses. The same modes of information and knowledge also is collecting this data. For example, you get a smell, you a certain type of visuals or certain type of songs. Doesn't it trigger old memories? We all get triggered by that certain memories. So this is how it happens. I'll share my own personal experience with you. I'm born and brought up in Mumbai. So right beside my house or my society, there was this wonderful South Indian restaurant. And we as small boys used to literally go to that restaurant, not to the restaurant, behind the restaurant, stand below the exhaust fan of the kitchen and actually take the smell of those chutneys and dosas or the sambars. Now, fast forward, I left that place around 15, 20 years back. But today, whenever I come across a South Indian restaurant here and that smell comes, it literally refreshes my memory again. And I'm sure this is happening with all of you. So, having said that, how does the subconscious work? There is a stimuli, a program is activated, and you respond to it. Now, let me give you an example how you are programmed in your childhood. Let's take a contemporary example, and I'm sure all the people, especially the ladies out there, the women out there, are going to agree with me. Today's times are such, especially in a metro city like Kuala Lumpur or a Mumbai or any good place, both the couple has to work because the lifestyle and the living is such. Now, when they have a child, after maybe some months or maybe just a year, the lady starts to work. Now, the child, when he or she is growing, they are seeking attention from the parents. And understand, when a child between 1 and 7 years old, even the smallest thing is a huge thing for the child. So what does the child do when he or she finds the parents at home? Goes to the parent. Hey mom, hey dad, see what I have done. See what I have done. The parent is busy. How does a parent respond? Hey, don't disturb me. I understand. Come on, just do your work and don't get me these silly things. Don't waste my time. This incident is repeated n number of times. So, what happens is a program forms in the child's mind: I am not enough. And when that child grows up, goes at a competitive level, this program keeps activating. His or her self esteem goes down. Now, the child, in today's time, what we have found, the child may also go into addiction, drugs, alcohol, or is not able to perform well at a competitive level. So, this is one of the many examples of how we are programmed in today's time. And coming back to the subconscious, the language of the subconscious mind is imagination. And when there is a tussle between the logic and your imagination, or the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, who do you think must be winning? Any guesses? Yes, it is imagination. Now, that's where, you know, imagination is such a powerful force. Let me give you an example. All those people sitting out there, let's have a small activity. Should we? Yes, Maya, can we do that? Yeah,
Yes,
Maya, can
doctor,
you?
we can.
Yes, okay. It's a very simple activity. I'm sure it's 2 p.m., so all of you must have had your lunch. So I'm going to make you do something very different. I want you all to close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Imagine there is a very juicy lemon in one of your hands. A very juicy lemon, ripe. And with one hand, you are cutting it into half. And when you cut the lemon into half, you put one half down and the other half you're holding it in your hand, and you can see the juice is coming out of the other half. Now, what I want you to do is take the lemon, bring it close to your mouth, put it in your mouth, and squeeze hard and feel the juice moving all over the mouth. Now, tell me, how many of you had that sensation or the taste of sour taste in your mouth? Yes, Maya? Did you get that?
Yes, a little bit sourish, my lemon.
Yes. So this is how. Now there is no lemon, right? There is nothing there, but your imagination got triggered. That's where we now come to. Before that, a little bit humor again to lighten you up. All right. Now we are going to enter the world of hypnosis, because hypnosis directly deals with the subconscious mind, and the language hypnosis uses is imagination. So now let's understand what is hypnosis. It's a state of trance. Okay, it's a natural state where the conscious mind is subdued and the subconscious mind is open for work. So simply put, you can put in something, you can also allow something to come out. See, it's a natural state. When I say it's a natural state, this the next definition or the example will explain it more. You are watching a wonderful movie. Say, example, if someone is used to reading a book, how many times it has happened that you are so interested, so involved in that book, that even someone calls your name, you just don't pay heed to it. You're so involved in the book. That's a state of trance. One more example: you go with your family to watch a movie. Now, you know that when you enter a movie hall, it's a play of sound and light, right? But it's an interesting movie. And 15 minutes after that, what happens? Your emotions are triggered. When it's a comedy, you laugh. It's a tragedy, the tears run up your cheeks, right? So this is how you your subconscious opens up. So having said that, let me also explain you a different definition of trance. It has a little bit of Indian touch to it. The second definition is that it's an altered state of consciousness. What does it mean? It simply means it's between waking and sleeping. It's an in between state. So when you are in that state, your subconscious again is open. Let me share something with you that there are two times in the day when your subconscious is naturally open. Yes. If you can tap into those states and use that moment, you can really bring a change in your life. The two moments are: first one, when you are actually going to sleep. When you are just lying on your bed and you realize that you are slowly drifting into sleep. That's one state. But yes, that's difficult to control. But let me share the second state with you, which definitely you can use it to your advantage. When you just wake up in the morning, not get up, wake up. When you just come back to your consciousness, if you use that to use powerful affirmations, trust me, you will see the change coming into your life. Right? So we move ahead now. Before we move to the principles of hypnotic trance, let me first clear certain cobwebs from your brain or mind. That is the myths associated with hypnosis. First and foremost, I don't hypnotize anyone. The thing I actually do is guide you into self hypnosis. Every hypnotic trance is self hypnosis. Hypnotherapy, yes, is not stage hypnosis. There are two aspects of hypnosis. One is the entertainment side, another is the therapeutic side. What most of the people know is the entertainment side. But what we use is the vast, huge aspect of therapeutic side. Yes, the second, oh, someone is going to control me. No, I cannot control you. Yes, but what does happen is in that state, you are becoming more and more suggestible. You are hyper suggestible. So you take my suggestions very easily. And also, if there are certain repressed desires or fantasies, they may come up. Another myth, and let me burst it: I cannot make you do anything against your ethics, morals, and principles. You know, I can't make, sorry, Maya, to involve you in this, but I can't make Maya to fall in love with me. It's not going to be happening. Yeah, Maya? Sorry to take you in, but yeah. Or I cannot make someone take you into a trance and make their will in my name. They are not going to do that because understand one thing, it's a state of dual awareness. Meaning, in that state, you will hear a door open, you will hear a phone ring, but you will not respond to that. But you are totally aware of your ethics and morals, and that will prevent you to doing something wrong things. It is not same as sleep. A lot of people say, oh, it's just same as sleep. No, it's an in-between state. And the real truth is, the result, the healing, the change happens in that hypnotic trance and not by hypnosis. One more myths I would like to share it. And this was asked to me by one of my patients or my clients. That, doc, suppose you take us into that state and you run away. What will happen to us? Come on, this is not coma. You are not going to get stuck into that state permanently. Yes? What will happen? There are only two possibilities. One, you will either come out of that state on your own, or you will drift into sleep. As I said, it's an in between state, waking and sleeping. And you will wake up from the sleep. Right? Okay, we move on. The characteristics features of hypnotherapy. It's one of the most pleasant and enjoyable treatment. It's shorter duration. There is least relapse. And this is the best part I love. It treats 75% of the cases without medicine. And all of my patients and clients can learn self hypnosis. So, once you learn that, you can literally do it with yourself. It's like literally tapping into the power of your subconscious mind. Yes, that's what it does. So we move ahead again, a little bit of hypnotic humor. People have a lot of doubts about hypnosis. Okay, hypnosis is the bridge between yoga and science. That's one thing coming from India, it exposed me to. When I combine this both, it's a beautiful amalgamation. That's what I use in my therapies. Now, let's move on to the principles of trance induction. What it simply means is it's a natural state, yes, but how do I guide you into that state? There are two most common techniques. One is breathing awareness, which is simply means becoming aware of your breathing. And second is progressive muscular relaxation. And yes, followed by that, the most powerful tool, imagination. What is breathing awareness? It's a bridge between the conscious and the subconscious mind. How does it help? It helps to improve your concentration. It's a form of mindfulness. Nowadays, mindfulness has become such a fad. Everybody's talking about it. It's nothing so big. It's a very simple aspect of concentration. And yes, it helps you to bring a paradigm shift in your thinking and remove muscular relaxation. Don't get carried away by the big name. It's simply part by part relaxing every part of body. When you do that, when your whole physical body is relaxed, your mind automatically relaxes. Because the rule of the thumb is a tense mind cannot exist in a relaxed body. And now, the key, hypnosis. Let's understand actually how a therapy works, how your mind, your brain works. Let's go to that. See, most of us, whether it's ladies or gentlemen out there, what happens? See, happy moments doesn't affect us, does it? No. Happy moments are positive moments, but it's those negative, traumatic events, painful events, which has a deep impact on us. A traumatic event has occurred in your life. For example, you are abused, you're physically tortured, or you experienced a loss of a family member. What happens? Your brain takes a snapshot of the event and emotion and stores it completely permanently into your unconscious. And whenever such event or similar things event occurs, it comes up. This is how your mind works. This is exactly how your mind works. So what you are doing exactly is you are literally living in your past self. Your past self is running you. Now I'm going to give you the key to your subconscious mind or your unconscious mind. And that is your unconscious mind, your unconscious or your subconscious mind does not know the difference between an actual experience and an imaginary one. And that's where hypnotherapy works like wonders. We create an imaginary experience so powerful, coupled with emotions, that It replaces your present experience with a positive one. Having said that, we now go to a little bit of comparison. If some psychologist is out there is not going to like it, but well, this is what the American Health magazine had come out with. That 72, uh, okay, if I understand the comparison, hypnotherapy is one of the most powerful psychotherapy tools today in the world. Because if I put it bluntly out there, I don't counsel you, but what I allow you to do is your own mind, I help you to get you a solution and to help you heal out of it. And trust me, that's the best thing you can do. So now we move on to the applications of hypnosis. Well, the list is in front of you because hypnosis is just not, it's a way of life. And all these things, you name it and it works on them. All these things. And we'll go, if I little bit highlight some of them, uh, anxiety, depression, stress management, to be precise, insomnia, boosting self-confidence, uh, you know, concentration, positive thinking. You know, today we have found out that even most of your issues in life you are suffering right now is because of your subconscious programming. I just reprogram the subconscious. Yes, hypnotherapy for kids and students, childhood traumas, bad wetting, stammering. Students today find it because of this. We are in the digital world using mobiles, your iPads. There's a lot of problem focusing on their studies. We see teenagers in smoking. That helps. Mobile addiction, porn. It's an increasing thing. The more you are exposed the child to a digital world, you have no control what they are going to see. So social anxiety, future motivation, insight generation. Yes, what it simply means is we give the child or the student to actually visualize a positive future they want to create and make it into a reality. A woman has the ability to be a leader, to be a wonderful partner, a companion. Yes, also she has to take care of her own health and also make sure she has complete rest. I think what I've just enumerated, most of the women compromise on this today. Wherever you are from, whether you are from Asian continent, American continent, European continent, this applies to everyone. So now we move to the specifics applied of hypnosis to women. Diet control, weight control. Today women are very conscious. Now what they don't realize is diets just don't work. Sometimes it's a hormonal issue, yes, you need to control that, or it's just there are some issues in life which has resulted there being the way they are, you know. So hypnosis allows them to have eating the right food in the right amount. We move ahead. Before we move ahead, let me also tell you it also helps in a lot of chronic medical conditions, blood pressure, diabetes, asthma. Today, science has proven that most of your chronic illnesses are psychosomatic. So it's a big help. Skin conditions. Yes. I remember this lady very well, a 41-year-old lady having an amazing personality, but she was suffering from psoriasis. Now, psoriasis, the people who don't know, is a skin condition which is actually manifested with stress induced. Yes, it's a psychosomatic condition. 1.5 months, and she had flawless skin. So this is how hypnosis can actually help. Something which is very dear to me, and a woman's most dream, which they dream today about, being pregnant. There is something, an Indian something, some how shall I say, a technique which was ancient, very ancient in India, was known as Garbha Sanskar. What it simply means, let me, for the people who don't know this term, it simply means that right from the time you are pregnant or you are detected pregnant, you can actually program your child. You can actually program the child. When I was sharing my the subconscious mind programming, I said that even this starts from the womb. So actually, the way you think, the way you behave, the way you communicate, if the mother is stressed out, it is directly going, the child actually experiences it. Abuses, stress. So we help the mother to learn to relax. What we also help is, we also help and teach the mother the self hypnosis. And connected to that, now imagine that you are having a wonderful connect with the unborn child. Wouldn't every mother love that? That you are able to actually convey your feelings, your positive emotions to that child. You are actually able to connect. Yes, he or she is a part of you. It's an every mother's dream, desire, wish. And this is what helps you to have a deeper connect with your unborn child. And connected with that is a term which is widely used in Europe, is hypnobirthing. Now this is applying to, yes, a normal delivery. When a child is about to be delivered, a woman goes into labor, the amount of psychological fear a woman has, hypnosis helps you to actually get rid of that fear. And when they actually under the process of birthing, it's become so stress free and relaxed. Since we are on this topic, I would like to share something on a different level. Of course, this is not yet proved, but a lot of work is going on in this. That today's, I'm sure that's happening all around the world. A woman in the late 20s, married, but the couple finds they are not able to conceive. Even though physiologically they both are normal. And the social pressure on the woman is so much. Usually, in still non developed places, they always blame the woman for it. Now, what we have found out, that it is subconscious block in either both the parents or either of the parents, and especially the woman. If that subconscious block is resolved, she's able to conceive. Yes, this work is in very minuscule stage, but the way you will find lot of IVF centers opening up around the country, I think this is the need of the hour. There was a time where giving birth to a child was as common and as normal as anything. But today, it has become a stressful event. In fact, please don't get me wrong, when I say this on this forum, I have found certain girls who just don't want to undergo the labor pain. They opt for a C-section directly. But what if this labor pain is no more there? It's as relaxing as anything it can be. Hypnosis helps you to do that. Right? We move ahead. Yes, it also allows a woman Having a bad past doesn't mean that she cannot move ahead. We allow their self esteem, their confidence to boost up so that whatever she wants to do in life, she can go ahead independently, freely. And last, we go to age regressions. Now, basically, regression is the broad term. I have divided into three parts. One is age regression. For example, uh, there is a girl of age 30. I will regress her, take her back from 30 to birth. Now, most of her issues will be resolved during that time. If not, then we go in stage two, that is in utero, in the mother's womb. Yes, we have experienced in our clinical cases that a lot of young women bring out the trauma during what the mother experiences. Suppose the mother was physically beaten by the father or the in laws, or had some traumatic experience. The unborn child stores it in her subconscious mind. When she's not aware why she's having this problem, but that's where the root is. And yes, last but not the least, past life regressions. You may argue that whether it's genuine or not, but trust me as a therapist, if my client, if my the patient in front of me is getting resolution for his or her problem, I don't care. And yes, this has helped a lot of women to come out of their issues. Why she's not able to get with certain people, especially the husband, why she's not able to get with the in-laws. It gives them a deep insight to it. But yes, as a qualified hypnotherapist, I just don't do past life regression for the heck of it, just for entertainment. Oh, let's have a past life regression. No. Only if there is indicated, then we do it. So as we move ahead, I want to share two actual cases of women, such wonderful women, which has sort of been a big motivation to not only India, but possibly rest of the world. We all know her. Yeah. She's anyone? Yes, you know that, Maya?
No, doctor.
Okay, she's
But is
a
she a
boxer.
boxer? Is she
Yes, she is a boxer.
a martial artist?
No, she is
Yeah.
a simple boxer.
No.
She
Okay.
started boxing, she was young. She was, she's had three kids, I think two or three kids. She continued boxing and still she won a medal in Olympics. If she can do that, I think any woman can do that. Yes, her husband supported her, but even as a mother, she was winning medals for India. The next lady, who again has inspired me the most with a traumatic history, is this celebrity chef, Shipra Khanna. Now, let me explain, give you a brief history about her. By the age of 19, she was married, and her husband was abusive. The in laws were abusive. She had two kids, about of one was, I think, not normal, was mentally possibly retarded. And she was so much abused by the in laws that at the age of 27 and 28, she decided to move out to her parents' house. And that's where she entered the Master Chef competition. She won it, and now she is one of the most glamorous chef, at least in India. I don't know around the world, but yes. She teaches cooking, and she's one person every woman looks forward to. So, yes, a woman is like a binder of a family, which brings smile in a family. She's an epitome of culture in every society. She brings smile, joy, and charm in everyone's life. And as I said, a woman's presence in any family, any organization is going to bring a different flavor to that place, a different charm to that place. So I end this my presentation on this note. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Over to you, Maya.
Thank you, Dr. Tara. That was an insightful session. So much of great sharing, and especially on how hypnosis can really connect and change us as a person. Well, I have a few questions on my side first before we take it from the audience.
Sure.
Uh, does hypnosis alter a person character, as in she as herself? Once upon she entering the state of the trance and she comes out of it, will it change her other personality? For
Uh,
instance, she's a smoker, she wants to quit smoking, and she's
yes.
taking this therapy. Okay, will
Yes.
it alter her other personality? Will there be any chances of her altering?
You mean will she quit smoking?
Yeah, she quit
Is that your
smoking.
question?
That was the yeah,
Okay. Okay.
she quit smoking, but will that also
Right.
alter her other character? Will she be more aggressive, or will she be um, will there be other personality coming into her since it's a state of
Mm,
trance?
no. 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 I think what you are asking is after she quits smoking, will there be withdrawals? Is
Yes,
that related to that? See,
yes.
that's where hypnosis actually works, because the base of hypnosis is relaxation. And along with what we do is, along with uh, a trance session, a smoking cessation session, we also use ego strengthening, boosting that person's self esteem, confidence. And by boosting that thing, what happens is the person feels good about herself or himself. Yes, if there are issues associated with smoking, we definitely handle that. I think, but what you're talking, are you talking about personality problems?
Uh, let's say, for instance, she's not an aggressive person. So I'm just imagining, because she's undergoing the state of trance, her aim is to quit the smoking character. Will it also affect? Will it alter her other personality? She may be a
No,
calm
no, no,
person, but she turn to an aggressive person.
no,
Will it
no,
does such thing?
no,
No.
Maya, it will not. It will not. It will not happen that. But if, see, what I think what you are hinting is at certain personality problems. There is something known as personality issues. Now, that's an advanced level of hypnotherapy, where we actually address individual ego states or personalities of an individual and tackle it. I don't think this is the forum I can explain it in detail. But yes, if at all that happens, it can be taken care with hypnotherapy.
Okay. Okay. And um, for a newcomer, let's say for a person considering to take hypnotherapy, what they should consider, what they must expect upfront. Is there any particular side effect to it, or will that be
No,
only pure and pure cure?
no, no, no. See, okay, the key to hypnotherapy actually working with any client is their acceptance, their readiness to change with hypnotherapy. Meaning, I can't force it on anyone, as I said in my myths. But if the client is willing to change, the therapy will work more than 100%.
Okay,
You're
it's
getting me.
very
But yes,
interesting.
there are no side effects.
No side effects.
No
Okay.
side effects. Yes, sometimes what happens is, as a therapist, I understand a person's way. For example, I am doing hypnotherapy sessions with you. Now, your way of going into a state of trance will be different from another person. So, in therapy, your sessions are cater made, you know. So,
Cater
that's how
made.
we do it. So, that literally, yes, we do that. For example, you are not fond of, you hate water, for example. I'm sure you
Okay.
don't, but now I can't take you in water or on a beach or somewhere where water is concerned. My sessions won't work. You're getting me? So yes, it is a very safe session. It cannot be okay. It may not help you, but it'll definitely relax you, and it'll definitely not harm you.
Okay. Okay. So, coming back to the part of childbirth, there's a question from one of the audience. She have asked, how is it possible for childbirth with hypnosis? I mean, she's trying to ask in terms of the logic. How is
Okay,
that possible? Yeah.
yeah, it's a good question. In fact, I'm glad that question was asked. See, you have heard of people giving birth underwater,
Yes.
right? Yeah. Now, for in that state, why it is done underwater? Because for the child to come out, the medium is the same. For amniotic, that is the fluid in the mother's womb, to another fluid. Now, here we use relaxation techniques to relax the mother. And by the time she goes for delivery, she is used to that state so much that we also teach her to relax herself. So I'm not saying it'll be totally atraumatic. One. Second, there is one thing which we call as hypnoanesthesia.
Okay.
Yeah, I have
So,
not taken it because it's a medical topic.
yeah.
But what it simply means is you actually can numb a person or a part of a body with hypnosis, which is widely used in UK, as I said, in dental procedures, for extraction, for implant purposes. Yes, but in birthing, it is, as I said, in very. It's mostly used in Europe, where the mother is so relaxed by a guided imagination. She is so relaxed that the birthing, what is shown in TVs or unless there is a complication, it becomes a usually a sort of a less stress-free process. The muscles are relaxed. Most of the time, what happens is your pubic muscles are tense. Now here they relax those muscles with hypnosis. So the baby coming out is becomes less stressful and easy.
Okay. So it's a lot got to do with the mind, to heal the mind.
Yes, of course, if I am doing that, it has to be with a gynac. I can't do it alone.
Of
But
course.
yes,
It's very interesting. Still waiting for more question. Well, then, I have a few questions I've listed all. Is it possible? Is it possible during the hypnosis state where your clients will reveal all the truth? That was also one of the myths that I was reading yesterday. So I decided to ask and clear it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. See, the fact is, as I said, it's not that I am in control of the client. Okay, so it's not something what we call as a truth session. That's why this is not permissive in forensic sciences. You know, like I can't use hypnosis in a criminal to bring out the truth. No, it cannot work. That person can easily manipulate me because understand it's a state of dual awareness. Okay, but what it can help, let me tell you in a different way. That suppose there is a witness who is undergone a very traumatic event in front of him or her, and it's she is not able to recollect that event. Hypnosis can help that person to relax and to recollect that memory very easily. Am I clear, Maya?
Yes, yes, yeah.
But no, I can't get. Suppose you want to, you want to get a truth out of your boyfriend whether he's cheating or not. It's not possible. It will not happen
That would
because
be
that person can
very
easily manipulate. Easily lie.
yeah,
That's possible.
yes. And it's quite a very interesting therapy.
Yes, it needs
Past.
more exposure. It needs more acceptance because there are a lot of taboo associated with it.
Yes,
People are
yes,
still skeptical. People are very skeptical. Oh, it's something black magic or something of that sort.
yes.
No, it's a natural state. And today, let me share something. It is the work done in the Western world to that extent. If you can actually work on your deep unconscious beliefs, your issues. I again don't want to go deep into this basic platform forum. People have actually helped themselves to heal out of chronic illnesses. I won't be wrong if I say even cancers. This comes in
Wow.
alternative therapies. Yes, energy medicine. It is possible. It is actually possible. You have a physiologic pain of unknown origin. Now, this is a medical term. And let me share a case study with you, an actual case. When I was doing my postgrad, and I had a 43-year-old gentleman coming to us. He had gone to orthopedics after the age of 20. He started having pain from the neck region right to the lower back. He used to come and go, come and go. So he went to an orthopedic. He couldn't find any problem with him. Then he went to a neurologist, even a gastroenterologist. So somehow he came to one of my teachers. And what my teacher actually did was he found out certain things. There was something in the past. So while cutting the story short, in a past life regression, we went back 250 years where he was in one of the villages in India. And he was a very naughty, notorious guy. So the villagers, having fed up with his antiques and they hanged him alive on a tree. Now, we made him go through the whole process, right till death. Now, if you recollect a hanging situation,
Yeah.
you are forcibly hanged from the neck and you are struggling. So that sort of that emotional trauma stuck with him. And she carry forward. I know I'm entering a region of beliefs and disbeliefs, but still, I'll share it. And when this session was done with him and healing suggestions were given, within a week his pain disappeared. And yet it has not come back. So, yes, there are a lot of such issues.
It's a lot of it is a lot of the mind, our
Yes.
consciousness and subconsciousness control. So hypnotherapy is all about that. There's
Is
another question that just came
yeah.
out. Hi, good afternoon, doctor. Is it possible to tap unconscious mind through hypnosis? Which I believe you have answered earlier, but you
Yes,
maybe
we
want
can.
to explain on that.
Ultimately, we are working on the unconscious mind. Now, according to the Western textbook, they differentiate between the subconscious and the unconscious, but I take it as one. The more deeper you go, you're more accessing your unconscious mind, where all your memories are there. Now, depending on how suggestible and hypnotizable a subject is, we can definitely go deep. Because in hypnosis, you categorize a client or a patient according to how hypnotizable the person is. Now, research has found out that we Asians are have a very high level of hypnotizability. because the culture we come from, you know, the mythical culture we come from, whereas the Western world has less hypnotizability. So the more hypnotizable you are, the more receptive, the more you are able to access your we are able to access your unconscious mind more better. And the more change and the more healing takes place.
Doctor, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, yeah, very loud and clear.
All right. Okay. So it is interesting the part where you mentioned in terms of how the healing takes place, and I believe is that is your answer towards the next question. What is energy medicine itself?
I think I need to take
Coming
a
in,
different session for that.
yeah, they
See,
are
okay, I'll,
getting
I'll
pretty.
explain in brief. I will explain in brief.
Yeah.
Uh, According to the Indian's philosophy and psychology, it doesn't believe in the mind and body mechanism.
Mhm.
You have three bodies: the physical body, what you can see; the energy body or the astral body, where all the chakras and all these things are found; and there is third body, which is the closest to the soul, the causal body. Most of your thinking, your emotion, your feeling, your intellect is in your energy body. Now imagine you have a traumatic experience, abuse, a physical abuse or a sexual abuse. Now that event, that energy is trapped in that body. Okay, it's lying trapped in that body. Now because it is lying trapped in the body, it also wants to come out. I'm using very simple terms. So it somehow manifests, and only way it can manifest is the physical body. So I give a beautiful example. It's like for mango. I think mango, a good mango, right?
Yes.
Now, how do you know a mango? There is something wrong going in the mango. Tell me, how do you know? A mango is there in front of you. How do you know the mango is going bad, Maya?
We will look at the if it's me, I would observe the surface, how the mango appearance is. Yeah.
Yes, yes. You see a black spot,
Yeah, the black spot.
right? Where is the black spot? On the skin.
Hmm.
Am I right? But
Yes.
where do you think the actual problem is? It's inside, in the seed,
Yes.
right? When you cut a mango, you see it's coming from the inside. Same way, the new energy medicine says that all your issues are in the energy body and it manifests in the physical. If you can resolve that issue, going back by the case history and the energy which is trapped, okay, when you are a normal energy body vibrates as a particular frequency. When certain energy is trapped and there is a disease, the wavelength or the frequency reduces. If you can change that, the healing starts.
It's a very, it's like connecting to another soul in you to tell you.
No, no, not
Is
soul.
it like
Basically,
that?
it's a part of
It's
you.
energy. It's a part of us. Okay.
Yeah. Again, I said if I go into deep, it will require another session, and trust me, it is going to be very heavy.
I think the session is getting interesting. There are more questions coming in. What about mindset, which takes over control on the soul?
A mindset cannot have control over the soul. A soul is just independent of that mindset. That's what I know about philosophy. That's what it tells me. The mindset cannot have it can control your behavior, your actions. Your because of that it can affect you in the society. But soul is completely, because it's like, okay, it's like this. The mirror is your soul, and there is dust on the mirror. You can't see yourself, but if you clear the dust, you're able to see it so clearly. So the soul is very the mirror, the characteristics of mirror don't change if there is a dust on the mirror, right?
Yes.
The same thing is with the soul.
So
The
it's like
soul is totally
being.
unaffected.
Mhm.
You know?
So it's like us. It's us who take and teach, control our mindset. It shouldn't be.
Yes.
It's not the mindset that you control that take over us. That's interesting. And oh, and last a question. Um, how does soul being independent when mind has neurons to connect with eyes that see things? They're asking the logic in terms of that.
Okay. Can you repeat the question? My
How does soul being independent when mind has neurons to connect with eyes that see things?
I think the concept of the soul is just not clear. That's what it appears like. I don't
Yeah,
know.
to the person.
Yeah, that's what it. See, your soul is a witness, is an experiencer. It's a witness. Sorry, the word experiences is wrong. It's a witness. Okay, your body is taking experiences. Okay, and because of that, you learn things, you evolve. Your eyes, your other senses are the instruments of knowledge to how you gather knowledge. Okay, you see good things, you learn good things. Now, just when you collect knowledge, and you can only release yourself when you have the right knowledge and you realize the truth. Okay, the soul, which is encased in all these things, will only be released, what we call as a self realized person, where all this doubts and these things is clear and he realizes the truth. And the truth is always in the eternal present. It's not in the past, it's not in the future. Where the mind is always fluctuating, whether it's through senses, through anything. And when you become realize that whatever you are realizing is just transitory, it's not you. You are different. You're not even the mind, you're not even the body. You're pure, existing, ever existing, blissful consciousness. You know? Now tell me, let me give you an example. We all have TIS TVs, right? In our home. You have an LED screen, you have an LED
Yeah,
TV.
yeah.
Yeah. Now, what you see in the LED TV, okay?
Beautiful image.
Yeah, you see a beautiful image, right? Now, what do you see? It's the LED screen projecting it. Where the image coming from?
From the TV, from the LED TV.
No,
Uh,
you have a disc
oh, oh, okay. A
where
disc,
the
yeah,
transmission coming from the
yeah,
satellite.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
That
so
goes more
that's the
deeper.
consciousness. When the consciousness manifests in a physical body, you manifest, you actually start becoming experiencer. But suppose you remove the TV, do you think the transmission stops? No, the transmission is still as it is. Till
Yes,
you have an LED screen, you can see it.
yes.
The transmission as it is for you to. So same way, the soul is just there. Your body is the experiencer. Your senses are the instruments of knowledge. Now, you can use it to learn new good things. You can learn it to learn bad things. The soul is unaffected. I'm going in some deep philosophy. My goodness, I never thought of this.
It's from conscious and then to how do we connect to it and then to the subconsciousness. So that's
Yeah,
I think
I think I
uh,
left the conventional psychology behind now.
I think a lot of people are looking forward for more sessions, Doctor.
Anytime.
We need to definitely have another session. But I think time is ticking. We have already taken 1 hour and 50 minutes, 15 minutes of your time.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would say let's call it an A, Doctor. Yeah.
Sure,
Uh,
sure, sure.
for to
It
all
was
of
indeed
you,
a pleasure speaking on this forum, and you were a wonderful host, Maya. Let me.
thank you,
Yeah, it was.
Doctor.
It motivates me when you're such a charming and a beautiful host, also.
Thank you so much. That's a great compliment. To all of the audiences who love to seek therapy and other, what are the other sessions that you also offer, Doctor, besides hypnotherapist?
That's the core issue. That's what I do, and I think I failed. Most of the people, I think we failed to that. My background is medical.
Yeah, your
My
background is
background is medical. I was a practicing dental surgeon for 20 years, and I
okay.
did my postgrad in clinical and applied hypnosis, and now I am full time into hypnotherapy.
Wow, that's a great transition. Is there a particular reason why hypnotherapist?
No,
That no
well, I was
particular.
always interested in the spiritual sciences, the occult sciences, and the parapsychological field, and always had from maybe it I was brought up. I was programmed that way by my grandparents. So when I relocated to this place in Vadodara, Gujarat, I got a chance to experience, and somehow there is something which clicks in you. So cutting the story short, I realized, and I was could do postgrad in this place itself. I didn't have to go anywhere else. I took that course, which was only meant for doctors and psychologists,
Mhm.
and I'll only share that certain experiences in my during my clinical studies, certain cases which blew me literally, and I said, "Wow, this is something I want to do." And
Yeah.
there's here I am.
It's a very different approach to life, and I think you took
Yes,
a very great step, and it's going to help to treat many people, especially during
yes.
this
Thank
era,
you.
which I believe people are facing a lot of mental health issues, even
Yes,
at the
yes. This
time
COVID
during.
situation has literally aggravated it to the
Yes,
maximum extent.
yes, and a lot of suicide issue, committing suicide, and for trivial matter, timid matter. So I think people need to seek the right therapist, the right consultant for this. And here I'm leaving the link, your Facebook link to the audiences. They can always check on your profile and get their treatment. Right? They can
Thank
call
you.
you
Thank
through
you.
a Dr. Tara profile, and also you have a website, Doctor, right?
Yes,
The,
yes.
let me share that. The Tara Mind and Body Healing.
Or they can just WhatsApp me on my number because that will be the most convenient thing. Even people from out of India can do that, and that will make it more convenient.
Yeah,
No
okay.
more costs. At least the
We
call
believe.
cost will go down.
Okay, sure. I believe the best way is to get in touch with you through your Facebook profile
Yeah,
to
will
get
do.
your WhatsApp
Will do.
number as well. All right,
Thank
Doctor,
you. Thank
thank
you.
you so much for taking up
Thank
your
you for
time,
hosting me.
having such a busy schedule, and you did share a great insight. I personally looking forward to get this insight and to learn more in terms of the Indian, what do we call it?
Philosophy.
Philosophical Indian philosophy, and also towards hypnotherapy. Maybe I'll need it. Never know in near
You're
future.
most welcome, Maya.
All right, Doctor. Thank you so much. It was great hosting you today.
Same here. Thank you. It was wonderful presenting to this audience. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye
Thank you,
bye.
Doctor.
And have a nice day. Take
You too,
care.
Doctor. Take care.
Bye.